Why is it that our country, many of our families are suffering today because of cancer? And it is because we decided food is being imported in this country. We will never be told whether they are GMOs, whether they are organic. We have very many fruits that we are eating today that are imported. We have very many foods that are in supermarket. Our children nowadays eat KFC. And it is a matter, and that is why I think it is important to start now questioning. Before even we come to now the issue of GMO maize, we must question the foods that have entered this country. Do we have reports that say they were fit for consumption, or we decided to just, because it's business and we want to make money? I think that is what is ailing our country. Today now our farmers, our fathers in the North Rift, in Western, in Lugari, they have maize, Madam Speaker. And today we are saying that we have 10,000 bags of maize at the port. I mean, one of the things we need to be asking ourselves is that we know the process of buying maize in this country. We know that it is passed in Parliament. Parliament will know, it will be gazetted, that indeed there's drought and there's need of food. And at that time, we'll be told in the cereal boards, we don't have enough maize. So as we move on as a country, and as we look at the government now, I think it is important for this House to stand firm and remember how the farmers have been crying about their maize, how the farmers were crying in 2017, 2018. And I remember one time when Senate went to Eldoret, what they went through. I think that is what we are going to go through if we do not stop the government and first of all ensure the maize that are with farmers are bought and with good price. Because when you look at the cost of doing a farm, an acre in this country, surely farmers spend the highest. And yet, we are here, we are about to now bring in cheap maize. We have forgotten they have spent money. We've had COVID. They've had to go through a lot before we arrive to where we are. I think, Madam Speaker, it is unfair for the government to forget we have just come from a pandemic, that we need our farmers to also make money. That you brought in fertilizer. What was the purpose of bringing fertilizer and then now you bring maize? And you have just brought in fertilizer for them again to go planting. Honestly, I think it is like the government looks in the eye of farmers and just decide to abuse their goodness, to abuse, because they will be able to buy organic and let others, especially those in Nairobi, now to start eating GMO. Because they know in the informal sectors, people are suffering. In the informal settlements, people don't have food. But you can't bring organic. You can't bring GMO for them to survive. And yet we are here saying we don't even have a solution to bring in a good cover to make sure families that are being auctioned by hospitals to be able to survive. So for me, Madam Speaker, as I finalize, I think it is important for the government to have just that respect of those who have just voted them in and to ensure that they can also tread. But more importantly, we as Parliament must question the Minister. The CS must bring us a report on what research he went through to come up and say we need to import such huge amount of maize into this country. Is it that that country is trying now to come and offload what they planted during COVID in our country? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Member for Kimilili.